Another Dodge review for y'all. This time I'm looking at the 2015. That's 2015. If you don't know. Dodge Dart. Give y'all a look around so y'all can see what I see. Quick shot. Black on black. Dodge usually likes black on black interiors. This is a new model. I think it's been out for about a year now, actually. And I've been waiting to get a chance to show y'all what I think of it. And I finally got around to shooting this review. On the wheel, you got phone controls, cruise controls. This is a pretty basic car, but you still have a few bells and whistles like automatic lights, Bluetooth, and MP3 connectivity. Of course, can't do without that these days. Power windows, power locks, standard. That's how you do it. The Dodge black on silver look. That's not really chrome right there. That's more of a plastic, silver plastic. On the wheel, you have the Dodge emblem popping with that silver trim. That black on silver really looks good. Black on chrome. Got a nice looking dash and center console with a little red accent around it. Dodge is always about aggressiveness, it seems. So it's pretty sleek looking. If you're familiar with the Chrysler 200, this is pretty much the same platform, just with a slightly different interior. Probably a rougher ride, I'm sure. But, yeah. I will say this right off the bat. It's a lot more comfortable and appealing than that outdated Dodge Avenger, which I could have reviewed, but I just never did it because it sucked. It was terrible, just like the old Chrysler 200. But this replaces the Dodge Avenger. And as far as looks, I like it, considering the bracket it's in. I like that dashboard right there. Simple yet shiny and eye-catching. Your temperature controls down here, easy to operate. Nothing too confusing. Got a lot of plastics. The seats have a nice little texturized feel, but nothing fancy. You got a plastic up here with a real thin wrapping of some kind of cushion material, but it's mostly plastic. This is a soft area right here, soft touch. The door is plastic, but it's not the worst. With a little trim down here, a little cushion trim. So overall, you can tell it's not an expensive vehicle, but it's not too cheap feeling. Down in the armrest, you have a few spots for connections. There you go, auxiliary and 12-volt DC charge. And that's about it. Pretty sure this is a base trim, of course. And for a base trim, to say you get Bluetooth and automatic lights, they wasn't doing that in base trims just a couple years ago. So they stepping it up slowly. They incorporating more things. One thing that they don't put in this model is a rear view camera, which is, I thought, standard now in America. Anyway, let me hop in the back seat, see how much room it's working with. Not impressed with the back seat room. You're lacking. Pretty cramped. I am sitting up pretty high. And my head has plenty of space from the roof. But the leg room, no. No. No space. Dame espacio. Who remember that song? I hated that song. Nothing back here. No kind of charges for the passengers. No vents or anything. So it's just a plain back seat with these little pouches for whatever. But that's it. It's just a back seat with little room, so can't give it points for that. Let me give y'all the patented average car guy review. Center console shot from the back seat. How you like it? It's not bad looking at all. It's attractive. Smooth, easy on the eyes. Nice silver trim on the knobs and dials. I can work with the looks of it. But looks aren't all that matters. Quick look at the trunk here. And it's not a lot of space. A little underwhelming. Y'all could have crammed a little more room back here than this, Dodge. Got it on the road right off the bat, let me say. The engine sounded loud and whiny when I started it. It sounds loud and whiny when I accelerate. The shock absorption isn't too good. It's an unsure ride. I don't know how else to describe it. Like, even when I was just putting it in reverse, the car was kind of jerking, you know. It's like, if you're not real careful, the car jerk on you, and you might bump into somebody else's car if you're in a tight space, and that's never good. If you watch my Chrysler 200 review, at the time I didn't notice that that car did that as well. So the Chrysler 200 is a little shaky. Not to change the subject, but like, you know, you put the Chrysler 200 in park, and it's one of those cars where, you know those cars where you put them in park and you're not on a hill or nothing, but the car still roll forward a little bit, then brake. You know what I mean? It's like it'll go huh, 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 huh. Anyway, let me pull over right quick and see if this car does that. Not really, but I'm on an extremely even road right now. But since it's built on the same platform, I would expect it to do the same. That engine is definitely not powerful. And that might be because this is a base model, of course, but still, I wouldn't expect much more from a higher trim. I can hear every bump in the road, and I can feel every bump in the road. You're not gonna zip past anybody on the interstate in this engine. Just a loud, hollow sounding engine. And the wheel handles a little stiffly. So the drive isn't the most pleasant. But you know, it'll get you to the store and back. Hopefully. Because if you know anything about Dodge, you know that axle will fall out on you in a second. I had a Dodge Stratus, and I was driving along. I was leaving Walmart parking lot. Thank God I wasn't on the interstate or something like that. And I was just cruising about this speed out of the parking lot, and my whole front axle, I think it was my ball and axle, whatever they call it, in the front, just fell out. And my wheels was like, they came from under me, and I was stuck. And apparently, that's a known issue with Dodges over time. The axles just get bad. Like when you turn the steering wheel, my Stratus did this too. It was like, sound like a donkey or something. People could hear me coming from 2 blocks down. You know, I'd be like, turn the wheel, and you know, when I look around and if I hear that noise, I always look around and it's like, is that a Dodge? And 9 times out of 10, it's a Dodge Ram or something. I just don't trust Dodge, man. And that's part of the reason why. They unreliable. And that brings me to my main issue with this car. as I park here and sum up the review. Pull off to the side and talk to y'all for a second and give my score. Alright, let's do this. So here we are. Overall, aesthetically, it's nice on the eyes. Way better than the Dodge Avenger. It looks nice and modernized. The seats are way more comfortable than that Dodge Avenger because they put some kind of crazy lump in the floor on that Avenger to where you couldn't even put your feet down flat. Anyway, looks wise, it's cool, but you're lacking backseat room, so it'd be pretty uncomfortable back there if you're a tall person. And it's just a reliability thing. This car has been out for a while, and even though I'm just not getting to reviewing it, I am familiar with the issues it has. It has reliability issues, as usual for Dodge. Engine problems, electronic problems. So don't let the looks fool you. This car is not reliable. It's got quite a few bugs. I don't know if they smoothed them all out yet, but I highly doubt it. So I wouldn't recommend this for longevity. So with that being said, I mean, I can only give this car like a 2.5 out of 5. And that 2.5 is mainly for just the fact that I like the way it looks so much. But everything else about it, I can't get behind it. The ride was rough. The engine is loud and incapable. The room in the back is lacking. The trunk room wasn't the best. So it's still better than the Dodge Avenger. But what did that tell you about the Dodge Avenger? That thing was a piece of crap, right? So I would say look at other options. Definitely. Well, that's my score on the Dodge Dart. A nice attempt, but still suffering from Dodge construction. 2.5 out of 5. And I'll catch you on the next review.